Hello everyone, it is Friday, April 6, 2018, about 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and I am out here in beautiful Waycross, Georgia. I'm just setting up for what is known out here as the Swamp Festival in celebration of their big tourist attraction, the Okefenokee Swamp. This actually used to be called the Pogo Festival, named after Pogo the Possum. That was a long-running comic strip about a possum and his many animal friends that lived in the Okefenokee Swamp. But after that left the newspapers, the public consciousness of Pogo the Possum started to dwindle. They renamed it the Swamp Festival. Pogo is still enough of a fixture here that you can see him up there on the water tower. So if you didn't know who Pogo was, that's him right there. That's Pogo the Possum. The way out here was wide open and relatively uneventful, except for when I stopped and got a couple of really loaded down chili dogs from a nice young couple over in Kingsland. So if you're traveling through that area, that long stretch where you tend to get hungry, don't be afraid to stop and give these guys a try out. I'm going to have to give a big thank you out to the First Baptist Church of Waycross for providing us with this nice vendor parking area within a short walk of the festival grounds. And once again, you can see there are motor homes here and even bigger ones on the other side, right there. So people are doing the same thing out here that they were doing at the Mandarin Festival, just parking their little motor homes or campers in the vendor parking lot and utilizing large batteries or generators to just stay there overnight. I really need to get some good battery systems and start having a little more confidence in doing this kind of thing. It would definitely save me more money. There you have it. I am set up and actually set up about an hour before opening time. I'm starting to get better at this. They moved me. They have to actually set me back and I was still open early. So yay me. I was down here on the corner and then I had to pack everything in my truck and move about 20 feet over to here. I would like to say that it's just because this is a very poorly managed festival, but that would not be true. This is just something that comes along with a type of festival where they close off streets, or a city block festival, because the organizers get permission from the city to block these streets off. And the city doesn't want to have the streets blocked off for long periods of time, so they give them a small window, which means the setup and breakdown time and is all very crunched. It's got to be done quick. And so, in a small window like that, things get mixed up. There's a lot of scrambling, but in the end, we get it all together. It just kind of comes along with the territory. There's going to be even more struggles and fights whenever we go to breakdown. But since I am done setting up early, I'm going to take a little walk around. Got a mechanical bull this year. That is going to be attached to the top of that, and the rest gets inflated so that you won't hurt yourself when you get thrown off, and you will get thrown off. Everything is still getting set up on this road, but I think that is a high jump. Or maybe a zip line? Either way, I want to do it. It is indeed a zip line. Whee, all the way down. If I get a free minute, I'm going to have to go do this. Ooh. See, now this is making me nervous right here. See, that many of them together, it's like they egg each other on sometimes. That's making me nervous. There it is. We got the big meat grills going. Oh, you smell that? The smell of that. That is the smell of the beginning of a festival right there. Really good. Oh, and there is a whole gator-themed vendor right here. Gator kebabs. Oh, yeah. Oh, sorry. Are they still puppies? How old are they? That is so adorable. We got 3 people in the same group. Right there. 1, 2, 3 people in the same group wearing sandals with socks. Hey. it's the next morning now, about, what did you say, 9 o'clock in the morning?
At least.
At least 9 o'clock. This is, what was your name?
Melinda Fox, face painter.
Face painter.
And an artist.
I have known her for a little while. We usually work the Blessing of the Fleet together, so I'm going to see her again next weekend.
We work a lot of them.
Yeah. But today is Saturday, April the 7th, 2018, and this might be a bust, because as you can see behind me there, we've got some rain clouds rolling in. The forecast is calling for it to off and on rain most of the day. But I had a good night last night, and at least made back expenses. Good. Thank you. So I know I'm not losing money on this one.
Big time, slanging mud to the sky. I came, I conquered, or should I say I saw, I conquered, I came. This is just your whole fight, ain't no lie. Well, y'all still here running the game. Now,
well, I got a little break, and I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna go down the zip line. So let me guess. Legs go through these two. Okay. Okay, so I stand on this line, and he hooks it to the line. Wow, this is I can do this. I can do this. Oh, boys. Wow. Okay.
Pretty cool, wasn't it?
You got your good selfie. That was an experience, guys. What's the name of this company here?
Zip flight. Zip flight.
Zip flight.
There you go.
Definitely worth the $10.
Come visit us and see us.
Yeah, that was great. I'm still a little bit out of breath. That was scary. This is where I'm having lunch. Ma's Irish Kitchen. So, of course, the name like that, it's all potatoes. Potatoes loaded with bacon, cheese, and okay. What's that?
Herb sour creamy.
Okay. Looks like a nice filling meal. And now, the taste test. Fantastic. Sort of think I should have got the spicy though. It's good for what it is. Red skin potatoes, lots of baked potato fillings, bacon, cheese, herbal sour cream, whatever that is. Well, it's 1 o'clock now and the rain finally got here. It's not exactly a torrential downpour, but it is enough to make most people close up. And even this row right here, most of the people have just packed up and left. I mean, the show ends at the end of the day anyway, so you're going to hang out for a while, hope that it stops.
I'll be there.
Yeah, I'm going to do the same thing. As you can see, I'm still wide open, and I'm going to hope for the best. I spoke too soon. This is now an official torrential downpour. Starting to run into the bottom of the tent here. You know this means I'm going to be packing up wet sandbags. That's okay. Not the first time. Won't be the last time. There's the mechanical bull again. He's up underneath this tarp right here because I guess the mechanics are probably pretty delicate, but this is kind of funny to see. They must have cleaned off this moonwalk area here because there's a lot of suds building out from where the air is escaping from the seams. That's mesmerizing. I think I could just sit here and daydream and stare at those bubbles bubbling up for hours. This is kind of neat. This big bad company Chevrolet truck raised up on monster truck tires and lift kit, suspension kit, whatever. And you need a ladder just to get up into the truck. I am doubting very, very much that this is road legal. Let's see if there's any kind of tag on the back. Well, there is a tag back there, but it says simply beef. So I'm going to say that's a big no. This is not road legal. How they got it here, I don't know. Maybe they brought it in on a flatbed. But there you go. This is where the festival starts. So they're blocking off this road with a combination of road cones, fire truck, and a bad company Chevrolet monster truck. You can't get much sadder than a live band playing for an empty, rained-out festival at about 5 o'clock on a Saturday. And I'm inside the Home Cafe now, trying out their fantastic cookies and coffee. Just taking it easy, hoping that the rain will eventually stop, that people might come back out for a Saturday night, and I might be able to make some more money. Look at this. It's about 7:30 now, and the rain has stopped. Perseverance has paid off. Well, we closed up at 10, so I got a couple of productive hours left. But now the people are coming back out, and being as a lot of these people left, I've got advantage. You know, I'm still open. If they're going to spend money on somebody, they'll spend money on me. That's it for this one. It's 11 o'clock, breakdown time. Already got started on it. It's now time to get all of this into there. That's a short 35 minutes later, 11:35 now, and all of this is in there. That is it for this one. That puts a period on the Swamp Festival. It has been a very wet and trying day. It is time to get back on the road and head back to Yulee. Hopefully I'll be able to make the whole hour-and-a-half drive without falling asleep. This just goes to show you guys, to illustrate that point that I made in the video about do you have what it takes to be a traveling artist. When I said the weather affects you, this is what I'm talking about. You have no control over the weather. The organizers have no control over the weather. But it affects your bottom line quite a bit. Didn't lose money, but I could have done a lot better. I'll probably do this one again. If this same festival had been a nice, pretty day, I probably would have really raked it in, but that's what happens. Anyway, please don't forget to hit the like button, leave some comments, leave some suggestions, leave some questions, subscribe if you haven't already, and hit the bell icon to receive notifications. Share the video with your friends. I love you guys, and I will see you again on the next video. I'm back in the camper now, guys. But I thought it'd be important for me to go ahead and turn the camera on and tell you guys about this while it was still fresh in my mind. About what happened on the drive back from Waycross, back here to Yulee. I had to talk to cops twice in one drive. The first time was because as I'm driving, I was going through some very long, very boring, desolate country roads, and I was nodding off. I was starting to fall asleep, so I knew it was just too dangerous for me to keep driving. I had to pull off, and I saw a gas station that was closed down. All the lights were off. Figured that'd be the best place, as good a place as any. So I pulled in there and turned my lights off and went to sleep. And the next thing I knew, somebody was just loud banging on my window, and I woke up. It scared me. I woke up screaming. I'm like, ah! What is that? And there was a lady cop at my window, and she had been either slapping my window or hitting it with her flashlight. Either way, I was scared. It took me a minute. She's like, "What are you doing?" It took me a minute to calm down. First off, to calm down, catch my breath, wake up, and kind of get my bearings. So about 30 seconds, at least 30 seconds, I'm sitting there. I'm just catching my breath, getting my bearings, figuring out, okay, wait a second, okay, yes, that's right. I pulled off here to take a nap. This is a cop sheet, okay. So, I pop the door open and she says it again. What are you doing? I said, I'm taking a nap. And she says something about, well, this is a business and it's closed, so nobody is supposed to be here. Do you have a driver's license? So I told her, I said, I've got to get into my wallet to do that, so, my hands, you're not going to see my hands for a second, so I got to get my wallet out. And so she was, she wasn't all torqued up and worried, so she let me get my wallet out without freaking out, and she didn't go back to her patrol car to run my license, nice enough to just run it right there on the shoulder radio. And so she calls it in, and while the dispatch is looking me up, I say, when we're too sleepy to drive, aren't we supposed to pull over and take a nap? I mean, instead of, we're fully aware that it's too dangerous to keep driving, isn't that what we're supposed to do? And she said, well, you're not supposed to do it at a business that's closed. There's a hotel just down the street, and you're welcome to park in that parking lot and nap there if you want. But dark places like this parking lot over here, the closed gas station, people pull off in these, and they'll do drugs in the parking lot, and sometimes they pass out and die, and we got to go check it out. She said, I'm just checking on you. And about that time, the dispatch radioed back in, confirmed who it was. She gave my license back and let me go on. So that was the first time. The second time, I was about back to my aunt's place, where I'm staying here. And at this point, it's like 2 o'clock in the morning. And I'm going exactly the speed limit, like I always do, because I've got out-of-state tags. And there's a car right behind me. I don't know if it's a cop or not. All I can see is its headlights. And all of a sudden, there's a pedestrian in my headlights. You know how when you're driving at night and you don't really see the pedestrian until they reach the range of your headlights. So ooh, pedestrian right there on the side of the road. So I swerve a little bit to make good and sure that I give them some room. And then a little further down, the road's got this... He said that I wasn't maintaining my lane. The only thing I can think is I reached an area where the stripes on the sides were very faint, and I think I meandered just a little bit, not sure exactly where the lane was. Or maybe I was just tired. Whatever it was, he said I wasn't maintaining my lane. Honestly, I think all he wanted to do was smell the inside of my cab, which it would have been nice if he'd just been honest and said he wanted to smell the inside of my cab. I would have totally understood. It's 2 o'clock in the morning. Somebody in a white pickup truck with a beard, yeah, you're going to want to smell the inside of their cab. Just be honest. I don't understand. He pulls me over and gets my license again, and this time he asks for my registration and proof of insurance. So I give him that, and he goes and radios me in, and confirms who I was, and comes back and gives me a license back, and then finally drive over here. I was really right there at my turn to come over here and lay in bed and finally get some sleep. And I realized he never even gave me my proof of insurance back. I don't know what he wanted it for. Maybe he just forgot to give it back to me. Now I got to print out a new card. So, when I was telling you guys before, you got to talk to cops a lot when you're out on the road. You're a traveling artist. This is the first time it's ever happened where I had to talk to them twice in one night. And I don't like talking to cops. I'm actually having a hard time sleeping now. This is... cops. I get more trouble out of cops than I do criminals. Yeah. That's it. That's all I wanted to tell you guys about.